peeps of the party. It's me, Sandy, your favorite person in the world after yourself. Obviously, you love yourself first and foremost. You're the most important person in your life. Right? Good. Today I'm here to talk about loss, and I want to make this a very short video because I feel like I just want to improve my videos and just talk about shit quicker, get to the point quicker, because I know I love to ramble. Okay, my shit, now I'm already talking too much again. No, but this is a limiting belief that I talk too much. I'm spotting it. I talk as much as I like to. Okay, that's just who I am. I take up a lot of space because I am a lot, because my soul is a lot, because I'm big, and so are you, baby. I want to say, but that's kind of weird. Like, why do you even say that? Why do we even say that, baby? Ugh. It's like weird as fuck, but okay. So as I was in bed earlier, I was transmuting some stuff, as I do, because I always transmute, and by that I mean I turn energy from something that is not favorable, something that doesn't feel good, something that is hard to feel. I feel that stuff and I turn it back into magic. I turn it back into love. I turn it back into golden stuff. I turn it back into abundance. So I'm an alchemist. And so I've been transmuting, and my whole life I used to have this thing around loss, because I just felt like my whole life I would lose everything, right? And all of this is in air quotes, because this was just a perspective. This was just a story, and it wasn't the truth, because the truth is that actually you can never lose anything, because you are everything. You are all that is, right? So you are the creator. You are God in a human vessel. Everyone is. And so you are creating your own world. I'm creating my own world. You are creating your own world, and so forth. And so, but nothing is ever lost in our universe. Everything just changes. Energy just changes. It changes form depending on the way you look at it. It's all about perspective. So the thing is that, and this is just what I've been learning leading up to this moment earlier, it's my own life experience, it's what I've come to learn, is that because we are the creators, our innate state of being is abundance. Our innate state is wanting to expand, is wanting to grow, is wanting to, we want to expand because we are creative by nature, because we are God, and God wants to create, God wants to experience itself through our lenses, right? In all these different ways, God experiences itself through me, through you, through your dog, and so forth, through your shitty neighbor. So it's natural that this energy within us, our God essence, wants to create more. It wants to expand. It wants to experience more. That's why being stuck in life, which we never are. We are never stuck, okay? I need you to know this. You are never stuck. But you can experience life as being stuck because you're doing a lot to suppress your growth. You're doing a lot to suppress your expansion because you are not ready to let go of certain things. And that was the case for me. When I was 14, my parents got divorced, and I had to leave my family home, the home that I grew up in, and I had to move to another city and all that stuff. And I felt like there was so much that was being taken away from me. My siblings were gone. They're still alive, but you know what I mean. I was no longer around my siblings because I went to live with my mom, and I lost my best friend at the time because we used to live in the same place, and then we didn't because I had to move away. Then I failed class. I had to repeat a whole year at school, so I lost all of my friends at school and all of this stuff, right? And so because there was so much loss all at once for me at the time, I wasn't able to process it all. I wasn't able to handle it. I never knew how to process my emotions. I was never taught how to regulate my emotions, how to feel them, and all of that stuff. That was just not a thing that was taught in my household, and I think that's the case for so many of us, right? We don't really know what to do with ourselves when it comes to emotions. Like, let me tell you, feel them. You just have to feel them, okay? Don't fight them, don't resist them, just feel them. That's all. That's all you have to do. But I didn't know that. I didn't think I was able to handle it, and also I had to go through all of this by myself because no one was there for me and all of that stuff. And I mean, it was all part of the plan. It was all part of my journey. It was all something that I had to go through and I wanted to experience as a soul. So it's all perfectly fine. You know, I'm not complaining, but that's just how it was. And so I had a lot of trouble feeling my emotions for a very long time as well. It took me over 20 years to get myself to feel unstuck. So I was in addiction for over 20 years, and that's like the epitome of feeling stuck in life, right? Like, it feels like everything you're doing, you're not moving forward whatsoever because there's just a part of you that doesn't want to let go. And that was just what was going on within me. If you're stuck, if you feel stuck, and if you are in a loop and you're constantly repeating the same patterns that are not bringing you forward in life, if you are in addiction, it's because there is a part of you, one part, but probably many more parts within yourself, many different aspects of yourself that don't want to let go of the past. And that was the case for me. I did not want to let go of the past because I couldn't accept loss. I didn't know what to do with loss. It was just not something that I was ready to accept in my life. And so it took me all these years to being able to accept loss in my life. But that is like, I had to go, therefore, then I had to go through so much loss in my life, because everything in life always happens for you, right? And even the hardest fucking things always happen for you. And so basically whatever happens to you is just a reflection of who you are, and it's always there for you to actually heal that very thing, to heal that trauma, to heal that wound within yourself, right? But because I didn't allow myself to feel this wound, because I didn't allow myself to heal this wound for all these years, I would be presented with loss after loss after loss after loss. It was loss of people, it was loss of material things as well. It was the loss of my home. I was homeless and all of that stuff because in my mind, in my system, it was registered as, okay, you are a person who loses everything all the time. And that came from this trauma of loss still being stuck inside of me because I hadn't processed it up till earlier. Now think about it. But the thing is, of course, like this is a process, right? Like this just healing is a spiral, so you come back around certain things over and over again, and then you can let go a little bit more and you heal a little bit more, right? And then at some point you're done with the healing in that regard, right? There's always going to be like other things to do, to feel and all that, of course, but a certain wound, if you end up healing it, feeling it completely through, then it's gone. And so the insights that I had about loss earlier was very profound and beautiful, which is because I finally truly accepted loss. You know, I went inwards and I was just like, you know what, I'm accepting loss. I now accept loss 20 years later after the first first traumatic loss in my life. I was like, okay then, how about I'm gonna let go of this? Eventually I will have to do it. How about I'm gonna do it now? It's all about also, you know, accepting death. It's about accepting that, death exists in our reality, and that you have to let go of the control of that. You cannot, that you kind of out of control when it comes to people dying and stuff like that. Although I actually am at this point where I'm like, you can literally manifest anything, you can literally create anything. So I actually want to say that we can actually create living forever. Like, absolutely, like, I have no doubt in my mind. But as for the human part in me, and for what it's like, what it has been like to be a human in previous years leading up to where we're at now, death was something that was inevitable, like, for all of us. But again, I'm an Aquarius. I'm a visionary, and I like to believe in the impossible, and I like to, because I don't think there is anything impossible. Like, I truly don't believe that. And I used to in the past, like, I thought that certain things wouldn't be possible, but now I'm like, no, let's fucking go, everything is possible. And so yeah, I do think we can absolutely, if we all collectively decide that there is no longer death, why would there be death? It's all about our minds, it's all about our belief system. And we obviously collectively, we all believe that there's death, so there will be. But what if we all decided that there isn't death? Because when it comes down to it, like, think about it, because we are spirit in a human body, right? And spirit is infinite. Spirit is infinite. So spirit doesn't die, so that means we don't die. So it's just that in this reality, our bodies die, right? But what if that doesn't have to be the case? What if we could all just say, well, how about we just don't believe in that anymore? We just don't believe in death anymore. I mean, what are your thoughts on that? Let me know. And I'm not talking about some AI shit and our no, this is not what I'm still talking about. I don't want anything to do with any of that. But as humans, what if we could actually live forever? Like, for me, that's just like obvious that we could, right? But yeah, again, like, let me know in the comments, please. I want to hear your thoughts. But yeah, anyway, so the whole loss thing, earlier I realized, because the thing is, everything is always true. Two things are always true at the same time, and there's always polarity, right? So when you have, for example, a temperature, you have hot and cold, but it's still temperature. It's all temperature, right? So it's just one extreme and the other extreme, right? It's a scale, right? And so the same goes for loss. The same goes for everything. So I was thinking, okay, if I accept loss, that's when you can accept expansion, right? Because once you allow yourself to accept that you will have to let go of certain things, of events, of people, of material things, of life experiences, that you have to move on, that you have to let go. Once you accept this, that's when the expansion can actually come in. Because before, you don't have the capacity to hold, you don't have the capacity to grow the way that you would like it to. You don't have the capacity to expand the way that you could, because there's so much energy inside of you that's still holding on to the old. There's so much energy inside of you that is still clinging to what used to be. And the more energy you use up to cling on the things that used to be, then that is all the energy missing that you could use for expanding into something new, right? So it's always going to be like this. Once you accept the negative, once you accept the one side of the spectrum, that's when you're also going to have the other side of the spectrum. That's when it's going to be possible to experience the other side of the spectrum. So that's why, for example, if you want to experience unconditional love for self and for others, but it always starts with yourself, right? If you want to experience this unconditional love, well, for that, you have to feel grief. You have to feel the pain, the heartbreak of what it feels like to lose love. Although you can never lose love because you are love. But it's the human experience of experiencing loss and the heartbreak that comes with it, right? But once you do that, once you allow yourself to grieve and feel this pain so deeply, you move it through your body, you immerse yourself in the grief, and you just take every ounce of it and you just immersing yourself in it, and that's how you let go. Once you feel it through completely. So once you feel the deepest, darkest grief that lives inside of you, that's when you're going to open your heart again. That's when you're going to be able to receive more of the love that you are, to perceive it, to actually feel the love that you are. Because then you have healed your heartbreak, you have healed this part of you that is full of grief. And once you do that, you're alchemizing, you're transmuting. That's what I do. You're transmuting it back into love. You can then experience the love, right? So the same thing goes, like, if you want to be really, really happy in life, you first have to feel the sadness. Everything always comes together. You can't experience the one without the other, right? And if you don't allow yourself to feel the shitty emotions, the hard emotions, well, then you're also not going to allow yourself to be able to feel so much of the goodness. If you allow yourself to feel this much sadness, then you're going to be able to feel this much joy, right? And so I, at some point, embarked on the journey of like, okay, I'm all in. Like, I'm all in because I want to love so deeply. I want to feel so much love. I want to feel so much joy. I want to feel so much abundance, because that's my natural state, and I deserve to feel all of these things. But for that, I'm gonna have to feel like really tough stuff. And so I did. I felt really, really tough things. And I'm really proud of myself for that, because it was very painful, but also very, very rewarding. Because now I feel so at ease, I'm so in the flow, I'm so at peace, I'm so happy. I trust so much, I trust life. I feel safe in this world. I trust in the unseen, I trust in the unknown. I'm no longer scared. And that's why my life is so magical. Like, I have all these synchronicities happening for me. Everything is always working out for me. Suddenly I have random money in my bank account. Like, all of these type of things that is just like beyond logic. It's beyond logic. And why am I able to experience this? Because I felt everything that I thought I didn't want to feel. I allowed myself to feel the darkness, so now I can experience the light. And this is the way to go. If you want to have a really happy, fulfilled life, you want to be able to let life be what it is. Like, whatever life presents itself to you, you want to accept it. You don't want to run from it. You don't want to fight it. Because as long as you're running from yourself, as long as you're running from feeling your emotions, as long as you're fighting against yourself, that's when you're going to have a hard life. That's when you're going to have a life that is draining, exhausting, where you're not going to be able to achieve the things that your soul wants to experience, because you're too busy trying to stay alive, trying to defend yourself from yourself, trying to make sure that this pain is not going to catch up with you. You're going to spend all of your energy fighting yourself and fighting against your highest path. So yeah, that's what I have for today. And I'm sending you so much love. Yeah, that's what I do, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.